So you're thinking about making a move to Bulverde, Texas. In this video, I'm going to show you around Bulverde on a map. We're going to go over where it is in relation to San Antonio and how it is one of the top suburbs of San Antonio. We're going to go over schools and home values and taxes, all the things. So make sure you stick around till the end. We're going to get after it right now. If this is your first time to our channel and you want to know everything there is to know about living in San Antonio and its surrounding areas, make sure you subscribe or tap the bell for notifications to ensure that you are one of the first to be notified when we bring you new market updates. My name is Katie Powers, and my husband Steven Garza and I get phone calls and emails from people just like you every single day who are looking to buy or sell real estate in the San Antonio and surrounding areas. Whether you're 6 days or 6 months away, we would be honored to hear from you and would love to help you transition into your new home. All of our information is listed right below. Please feel free to reach out. We would love to hear from you, as I said a second ago, and we would be honored to be your realtors of choice. Now let's dive in to Bulverde, Texas. Now, Bulverde, Texas is known as the front porch to the Texas Hill Country, and they bear that title proudly. It is really a beautiful town and suburb of San Antonio. So let's dive in to Bulverde on the map. All right, so as you can see, Bulverde has some very interesting city lines from, they're just kind of all over, but really, they are right off 281 and 46. So it's going to be at this interchange, 281 and 46. Now, if you continue down 46 going this way, you are going to run into Boerne. So as if you have seen our Boerne videos, you will see that Boerne's main street turns into 46 when you're headed out going east. So it turns into Bergheim, which is a small little town. There's like a meat market and a storage shed area, and then a bunch of really nice neighborhoods in Bergheim, but super small. So Bergheim is really halfway between Bulverde and Boerne. So hill country, Boerne is hill country. This is just more east off of 281 instead of I-10. So you're really going to get the same type of feel in terms of hill country vibe. Bulverde is a little smaller in meaning that it doesn't have all the growth that Boerne has yet. It is really exploding out in Bulverde, but as of right now, it doesn't have like a big downtown like Boerne has. It's really just a small little strip. It has like an ice cream shop and a super cute post office. Like the post office looks like it was from, early 1900s, where it was like somebody's house that they've, turned into a post office. So really small, really cute, but really what the locals think of Bulverde, when we hear Bulverde, we think hill country. We think land and really pretty views. So I wanted to show you some, if you are not from Texas and you don't understand what hill country views are, a lot of South Texas is flat, right? As we get closer to the ocean, it gets more flat because we're then at sea level, right? So as you start coming north in Texas and you hit the hill country, we start having hills. And for some Texans, when you hike them, I feel like I'm hiking mountains, but I just wanted to show you what I mean by hill country views. So this is really views, of course, I just Googled Texas hill country views from Bulverde so you can see. I would definitely advise you to do more research on the area so you can see what it looks like. But this is really it. When bluebonnets come in, bluebonnets are our state flower. They're absolutely beautiful and they will pop up in the spring all over the hill country. It's very beautiful. But as you can see, they're not mountains, they are hills. but the roads are very windy around these hills. And in a lot of cases, the homes are built on these hills. Like this is, a view of somebody's backyard. So when I think Bulverde, these are the views that I think of. This is what I think of and what I see when I'm showing homes out in Bulverde. So I just wanted to give you a few of these, pictures so you can really see. This is really the main one. This is what it looks like when you're driving down 281 through Bulverde. These are the views. And as you go into Canyon Lake off 46, these are the views that you see going into Canyon Lake as well. So back to the map. This is 281. It's just very hilly through this whole area. Now, there has been a lot of growth. If you check out our Bulverde vlog, which I highly suggest you do, we go and we take you through a few homes and neighborhoods so you can see what these homes and neighborhoods look like and the price points attached to them. And you'll hear Steve and I talk a little bit about how the growth of San Antonio and Bulverde have really exploded in the last 5 years, to be honest. I mean, the last 20, of course, but in the last 5 years, 281, the freeway here has been expanded. It used to be one lane going north and one lane going south. And there were a bunch of stoplights, and they really turned it into an interstate or a freeway, which is really nice. So there's no more stoplights on 281. And it makes it so much faster to get to Canyon Lake. So as you can see, Bulverde is just outside of Canyon Lake. And really, this is the start of San Antonio. So Timberwood Park is considered north central San Antonio. So San Antonio has caught up to Bulverde, and it is a true suburb. Now, 20 years ago, not even 20, honestly, guys, 10 years ago, when I heard somebody living in Bulverde, I was like, dang, you live far. That's a drive. It's not a drive anymore, especially with the 281 expansion. It's really not a drive. So I'm going to zoom out here so you can see, San Antonio is right here. Of course, it's a big circle, as Steve and I always say. You've got two main freeways in San Antonio. You've got 1604 and 410 are the two loops that go around San Antonio. And then your main freeways going in and out is going to be 281, I-35, and I-10. So 281 is what Bulverde's on, Bernie is off of I-10, and then 46 connects them. Now, there are some absolutely stunning neighborhoods off of 46. I mean, Vintage Oaks is one of them, but there are a ton of really beautiful, beautiful gated neighborhoods off 46. So let's dive in to Bulverde. It is a small country town, the front porch of the hill country, as they say, and there's been a lot of growth. So when we first, wanted to bring this video to you, I was picturing showing you properties with 10, 5, 20 acres so you could really see. But honestly, there's been so much growth in Bulverde that there's a lot of new construction homes as well. So you really get the best of both worlds, whether you're looking for, a new home or some acreage, a home on some acreage. Bulverde just might be it. The tax rate in Bulverde ranges, depending on the neighborhoods and areas, from 1.8, let me get my little handy dandy, 1.8% to 2.8%. So I understand that is a very wide range on a tax rate. And honestly, the new builds, some of these neighborhoods that are off 46 that are further out, there is what's called a MUD tax, a municipal utility district extra tax, which is what's creating that extra tax, bringing it to 2.8. So when you are home searching, you do want to take a look at that and just make sure you don't have a MUD tax, or if you do, you just want to be aware of it so you're not shocked when you get your tax bill. And again, there is a homestead exemption, so if this isn't an investment property, you do get a break on the taxes, usually about $100,000 worth of value. So if your home is worth $500,000, you are only being taxed on $400,000. So just just something to think on, because I know we always get hit on taxes and people seem to be very upset about it. We don't have a state income tax, but we do have high property tax. So something to think about before you're moving into the area. If you are in San Antonio and moving out to Bulverde, you could possibly be saving on taxes. If you find some acreage property at 1.8%, you will be saving from inside San Antonio. So just stuff to think about. Now, as far as what Bulverde has to offer, right here at the interchange of 46 and 281, you have everything you could possibly need. They actually just got a Chipotle out there, which is kind of exciting. So you've got restaurants, you've got your big H-E-B, which is our grocery store here. So you definitely want to make sure, if you don't know the H-E-B as the grocery store in Texas, you definitely want to check it out. It's really, really great. Prices are great, and honestly, most Texans will rave, and you will hear people who lived in Texas and have moved out and they miss it. When I lived in Virginia, I was so sad. I just wanted my H-E-B back. So really great grocery store, but you have everything right here at this interchange. So everything's, everything is at your fingertips in Bulverde. You get the country living, but you still have some city life in terms of groceries. Big, it's an H-E-B plus, so it is a very big grocery store. And then you have all of your fast food restaurants, some sit down restaurants, some nicer restaurants, everything right there. If I zoom in, you can see you even have a Walmart, and all kinds of fast food restaurants have popped up here. And then it's just growing. So that interchange has gotten very busy in terms of new growth, new commercial growth. So lots of restaurants. You've got a big H-E-B plus here. You've got a Home Depot. You've got a Walmart center there. And then of course you have a Whataburger. I mean, you wouldn't be considered a city in Texas if you didn't have a Whataburger, right? So you've got a Whataburger, you've got a Mexican cafe. That's actually a really good Mexican restaurant if you're in the mood. But they've got all kinds of new restaurants popping up over here by the Walmart. And then you've got a Starbucks over here by the H-E-B plus and between the H-E-B and the Home Depot. And then you have schools. So you are in Comal County out here, and you have Comal County schools, and they are great. So let's just jump into niche.com and let niche.com tell you instead of me. So the schools are rated at an A, and it really just depends on where you're routed. But honestly, all the schools that are in Bulverde are really great. There are a few new elementaries that have popped up because of all the growth in Bernie. So now you have Johnson Ranch Elementary, which is a big neighborhood with lots of different builders. They've been in there for about 4 to 5 years. So you'll see some pre-owned homes in there now, but they're still building in there. But it has its own elementary. So when you're going through the neighborhood, you have an elementary in that neighborhood. And then you also have the high school. So you had a middle school that was right over here, which I'll show you on the map. And then you have Smithson Valley High School, which is right off 46. Great school, man. The facilities there are beautiful. My son plays soccer, they compete against Smithson Valley in his school. And when we go and watch the soccer games there, the view, because it's on a hill, right? So the soccer field is flat, obviously, but you're looking out over the hills, and it is actually a really beautiful facility at Smithson Valley High School. So you have that high school, and then you have a few elementaries sprinkled in, but they are all A. Of course, the newer schools are always going to be ranked higher. That's just kind of how it goes until it's been around for a while and they get some more state testing and more reviews and things like that. But really great school district overall. And then one thing I want to hit on is niche.com said that Bulverde is the #4 best place to buy a house in the San Antonio area. So that's really important. People are really loving Bulverde and the views and how close it is to San Antonio. So those are all some really, really great things. You've got, let me clear this out for us. Population is 5,800. I would definitely say that's only growing. I mean, these are going to be based off the 2020 census. There's like 7 or 8 new neighborhoods at least that have popped up in Bulverde since the census. So this number is only increasing, but I will say Bulverde still has that very small town feel. It even feels smaller than, say, Bernie. It's just a very small town, which is great. Everybody knows everybody, which is really cool. And they say that the median home price is $362, but I would not trust this at all. Home values are going to be much, much higher as far as your average sales price in Bulverde, but we will get into that here shortly. But one I did want to hit in is all of these other rankings that they have done for Bulverde. So number 38 out of 710 for best places to retire in Texas. Love that. Best suburbs to buy a house in Texas, right? It was number 4 for all of San Antonio, but number 38 out of 418 for all of Texas as far as best suburbs. And then overall, this is a staggering number here. Number 77 out of 1,050 voted best place to buy a house in Texas. That's a staggering number. That's actually pretty impressive. So crime and safety, you also want to do your own research on that. It's really just some like petty stuff, no major crimes. It's just a cute little town that you'll definitely want to check out. So back to our map. Let's just dive in here. Bulverde is growing, so it does go up to 281. Now, if you go a little further on 281, you're gonna hit Spring Branch. Now, Steve and I will bring you a video on Spring Branch here in the future, but it is another really great, cute town. So you're super close. You're about 15 minutes to Canyon Lake, really, really close to Canyon Lake. And you're about 15 minutes into North San Antonio. So if you are driving to downtown San Antonio, it is going to be closer to a 30-minute drive, but it is a straight shot. So as I zoom out, let me just show you, it is a straight shot down 281. 281 will take you straight to the airport. So you're 25 minutes from the airport and then 30 minutes into downtown San Antonio. So really great. You're also only about 20 minutes. I wouldn't even say 20 minutes, honestly. You're a solid 15 minutes into downtown Bernie from Bulverde. I guess it depends. If you're on, the east side of Bulverde, it might take you about 25 minutes. But if you're, in Ventana, which is a really big new community out in Bulverde, it's off 46, more west on 46, then you're really 15 minutes into, downtown Bernie. So really easy, really beautiful scenic drive. And then they also have, some Amen Road and other roads that can get you into Fair Oaks here pretty quickly as well. So absolutely beautiful hill country views out here. Now let's talk about real estate, since that is the name of the game and my profession as a realtor. So Bulverde median sales price, now it's gonna range. So you've got some new builds that are coming up in the area that are more affordable. And when I say more affordable, I mean in the 300s. Then you have your, what I would like to say, old Bulverde, which is the acreage properties that can go anywhere. Your median range is gonna be about 500 up to 2 million plus, right? Just depends on how much land and the views you have and how new the home is and all those different factors that come into pricing homes. But the average, what I would call the average sales price or the median sales price in Bulverde is gonna be about 550. Can you get homes higher? Absolutely. Can you get homes lower? Absolutely. But 550 is gonna be your sweet spot for Bulverde, Texas. Now, let me show you on MLS so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. Now, keep in mind, there are a lot of new builds. So you are gonna have some pricing ranging from low to very, very high. So you do have Lennar out there building at 259. Now, this is Hidden Trails, a neighborhood in Bulverde that's new. It is built by Lennar. Now, this builder is going to build smaller homes, right? 1,000 square feet, 3-2. It's very small rooms, but it is newer. This one's built in 2020. Like I said, these new homes have popped up everywhere. But, cute house. If you have a tight budget, but you want to be in Bulverde School District, you want that small town feel, but you still want to be close to the city, you can get into Bulverde as low as, 260. That's probably going to be the least, amount of home, but this is what they look like. They're very, I don't want to dog it. They're just basic, right? It's just siding, but it's a 3-2 with a 2-car garage. So you're still getting some value there, right? So there are over 230 homes on the market right now in Bulverde, and it's going to range from 260 all the way up to 2.7 million. But what I did want to show you, because a lot of these are new builds, I want to show you, if you have time, check out our Bulverde vlog so you can see also. But once you start getting into the 400s, you're going to get into Johnson Ranch. These homes are closer to, built in 215 and on, but they are beautiful, beautiful homes. You get more square footage, more bang for your buck. This is a 3-3, but you start to see bigger homes. As you get into the 500 price point, you're going to start seeing land. Now, you're still going to have homes in Johnson Ranch that are 500 to 800 because they have some really nice homes with property out there. But then you get into the 500s and you get properties like this one in Rimrock Ranch, which we do feature this house on the vlog, but Rimrock Ranch is honestly one of my favorite neighborhoods out in Bulverde because you get the really pretty views, hill country views, and you get more land and acreage out in Bulverde in this neighborhood in Rimrock Ranch. So this one has 2 acres. It is an older home, so it is a little dated. You would have to, maybe put some money into it, but it's got 2 acres with all of these oaks. It's on a hill, so, it does have some flat land, but a lot of it is sloped. But this is iconic Bulverde, right? Like, you're gonna have acreage, but you're also gonna have a decent sized house with 2,800 square feet. Now, if your budget is bigger and you want beauty, here's one for you. 2.4 million, sitting on over 8.5 acres. You've got a pool, 5-bedroom, 4-bath, 6,000 square feet. Just thought I would show you this because honestly, this house is just gorgeous. It was built by Sitterly. It's one of my favorite builders. But look at this pool and the views. It's got hill country views for days. This is iconic Bulverde. This is what people buy land in Bulverde for, to have this view. That entryway is stunning. I mean, we could brag about how gorgeous this house is all day long, but 2.4 is a hefty price tag, but it is absolutely gorgeous. And this is kind of where what you get for your money out in Bulverde. But these views, you just can't beat. That is the Texas Hill Country, and it is stunning. So that is really all that I have for you for Bulverde, Texas. I hope that this was very helpful and gave you an idea of where Bulverde is in relation to San Antonio, the price points that Bulverde carries. Now, again, that's going to determine on the type of home you want and whether you want acreage or a new construction home with a smaller lot. Bulverde has all of that to offer. And again, small town close to a big city. So you get that small town feel, but you get all the perks of living in a city. So I hope this was helpful. And if you guys have any questions on Bulverde, Texas, or any suburb or San Antonio itself, Steve and I would be honored to hear from you. All of our information is listed right below, and we would be honored to be your realtors of choice. So thanks for sticking around, and we will see you on the next one.